Global versus local sequence alignment. In this module, we are going to compare and highlight differences in between global and local sequence alignment. Global sequence alignment assumes that the entirety of the sequence are sequentially homologous, and it tries to compare them with all the sites end to end. This assumption may be incorrect because it may be incorrect in certain scenarios, not always, but in certain scenarios, because wherever there are changes being incorporated into the sequences of a certain specific genes in different organisms or maybe in the same organism, then this assumption may not be correct, and then we have to go for the alternate way to align these divergent type of sequences. These divergence in the sequences are the results of large-scale genome rearrangements, indels and certain others rearrangement in the sequences with the passage of time during the process of evolution. So it means that only subsections of the sequences can be very similar or closely related to each other rather than the entire of the sequences from end to end. So जब evolution का process होता है तो उसमें changes incorporate होते हैं sequences के अंदर भी, जैसे phenotypic changes आ सकते हैं with the passage of time with changing environment, तो उसी तरह से sequences के अंदर भी changes आ सकते हैं, और वो changes जो है वो या तो rearrangement तरह के changes है, या small changes होते हैं, या बड़े changes है, या shufflings है, या deletions है, या insertions है, या substitutions है, उनकी वजह से उन sequences में changes है. और इसी वजह से हम ये कह रहे हैं कि हर दफ़ा जो है वो एक ही जीन की जो सीक्वेंस है वो मुख्तलिफ ऑर्गेनिज्म में या सेम ऑर्गेनिज्म से भी सेम स्पीशीज से भी वो हमेशा सिमिलर नहीं हो सकते, होमोलॉगस या क्लोजली रिलेटेड एक दूसरे के साथ नहीं हो सकते. सो दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज एन अल्टरनेट वे ऑफ अलाइनमेंट अवेलेबल. दिस इज लोकल अलाइनमेंट थ्रू व्हिच वी कैन अलाइन द सबसेक्शंस ऑफ दीज डाइवर्जेंट टाइप ऑफ सीक्वेंसेस. फॉर एग्जांपल, वी हैव अ लॉन्ग सीक्वेंस इन द ऑर्डर ऑफ दिस ABCDEF. If, for example, we take this region of the sequence and then if there is an inversion in this section, यहाँ पे inversion हो जाए और ये sequence जो है वो उल्टे order में जो है वो reverse order में attach हो जाए, this is called inversion. तो ये sequence जो है वो ABCDEF से ABEDCF बन जाएगा. Now, all the characters in the first sequence are present in this sequence as well, but some of the regions are in reverse order, so the order of the elements are different in these two sequences. So if we will align these two sequences with the global approach, then that will not be a very good approach to align these types of divergent sequences. So in all these scenarios, local alignment provides us the best strategy to align these types of divergent sequences and have subsequences may be aligned. For example, if we align these two sequences, there are different types of possibility. For example, one possibility is this one, the other one is this one, and the other. There are different possibilities to align them if you are going for a global alignment. But in all these different scenarios, only this section can align very well with in between the two sequences and the last section. Similarly, here we can see the alignment is optimal here, and the same case is here, but this section has not very well optimal alignment in all the scenarios. So these types of sequences cannot be aligned with a global approach. So the regions, sub-regions of similarity are there in these sequences, so we have to go for these finding these subsection of higher similarities, and the approach will be used is the local alignment approach. So although each section of the first sequence is homologous with the section of the second sequence, but they cannot be globally aligned because of the rearrangement in the sequence, and in each case the other two sections cannot be aligned properly. So the alternative approach we have is the local sequence alignment rather than to use the global sequence alignment approach. And we know that in local sequence alignment approach we have to align the subsequences without reference to the global patterns. Now this approach will allow us to align regions of higher similarity separately. For example, one region somewhere in the middle will be aligned separately, then another region somewhere at the end of these two sequences, which is closely related in between those two sequences. So they will be aligned separately of the overall order, and to align similar regions while allowing higher divergent regions to remain unaligned. Local sequence alignment finds local regions with high similarity in between the two sequences, while in comparison to this one, global alignment tries to align sequences end-to-end. Now, this is a big difference in these two types of sequence alignment strategies. One is going to align sequences end-to-end, and the other one is going to find subsections of higher similarities in between two sequences. Local sequence alignment is suitable for aligning more divergent type of sequences, while global alignment is suitable for aligning closely related sequences with each other. Similarly, another comparison and difference in between these two alignment strategies is that local alignment is used to find conserved regions in between the gene sequences, or if we are aligning protein sequences, then it is going to find with the regions of conserved domains or the motifs in these protein sequences, while if we are using the global sequencing strategy, then it is usually done for comparing homologous sequences. दोनों तरह के जो स्ट्रैटेजीज़ है, इनके मुख्तलिफ एल्गोरिदम्स अवेलेबल है. जो लोकल सीक्वेंस अलाइनमेंट के जो ब्रॉडली in use strategy है, जो algorithm है, that has been developed by Smith and Waterman, while global sequence alignment के लिए जो most popularly used technique algorithm use होता है, जो dynamic programming के base पे काम करता है, that was being developed by Needleman Wunsch. So ये जो हमने global alignment की और local alignment की जो comparison इस मॉड्यूल में की है, इससे हमें ये आइडिया होगा कि कौन से सिनेरियोज में हमने लोकल अलाइनमेंट को यूज़ करना है, कब हमने ग्लोबल अलाइनमेंट को यूज़ करना है, ग्लोबल अलाइनमेंट के रिजल्ट हमारे पास कैसे आएंगे और लोकल अलाइनमेंट के रिजल्ट हमारे पास कैसे आएंगे. क्योंकि जब हमारे पास सीक्वेंसेस आएंगे और हमने सीक्वेंसेस की कंपैरिजन करनी होगी, तो सबसे पहले हमने ये डिसाइड करना होगा कि कौन सी अलाइनमेंट स्ट्रेटजी जो है इसके ऊपर बेस्ट अप्लाई की जा सकती है.